Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I made the bad decision to try to do a hit of weed pot. I don't know what microphone our guest is on tonight. Talk?
Hello.
Nailed it. Oh, God, that was a bad decision. Hi, everybody. Happy
Poo year.
Saturday night. Happy Poo year, everyone. Yeah, get your dad in the room. He's going to need to be here. Part of it is the weed, and part of it is I've been sick for the third time since Thanksgiving. A lot of people would say, sorry, Matt Markman is Matt is here.
Hey,
Matt
Markman
is here. Vegas comedian Anthony Coole's perennial opener.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that does anything for anybody. Is that any cachet?
Occasionally.
Do people in town know who Coole's is?
Yes.
I never heard of Coole's till I came to Vegas.
No. No, there was who was it? Danny Gans died. Somebody said that guy is famous up until that welcome to Las Vegas sign. Somebody said
Coole's is impersonator.
No, he's a hypnotist.
Hypnotist
from
Why can't
Canada.
I ever remember that?
What, that he's a hypnotist?
Yeah, 1 minute I think he's a ventriloquist, then I think he's a Danny Gans was an impersonator.
Yes.
He was fantastic, I hear. I never got to saw him.
No.
Never got to saw him.
Never got to saw him.
Never got to see him. Never got to see him.
He's made a word.
I'm drinking some Tullamore Dew tonight. Irish whiskey. Have yourself some of that. Matt is sober.
No, I don't drink. Because pot...
Oh, yeah, people don't like to say...
I don't like to say that because I don't like to infringe upon anybody who takes sobriety seriously. I just can't drink anymore.
I don't hang out with people who take sobriety seriously.
Fuck those people. The fuck is wrong with those people? But I do smoke pot.
I do. Do you fuck with any other drugs?
No.
I'm sure you have.
No, I haven't actually. I'm a puss, man. I think coke I would just freak out on. Or X. Or
you would love it.
Mushrooms.
You'd be great.
At coke?
You'd be one.
Yeah, I have high blood pressure, so I'd freak out.
You'd be great at it. Yeah.
I'd be great at coke.
He's one of the best at coke we've ever seen.
Just coking.
Coking it up.
Coking it up, dog.
No, but I enjoy from time to time to partake of cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine not very often.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe once a year, twice a year. Especially, I did it in Barcelona and I did it in Scotland this year.
They have good coke there.
Well, like you're just out at 3 a.m. and someone's got coke. Now we're doing coke. You know what I mean? Like I roll with the punches of the night, but I'm not outsourcing coke. For people. Like it never pops in my mind. Like let's get some coke.
Well, I've been told by
those people are maniacs.
I have friends who used to do like, what's the date rape drug?
Pizza.
That's mine. Yeah, that'll get me going.
Netflix, if you believe the internet.
Mescaline? Not mescaline. Is it mescaline? GHB. Yeah. So they were at my house once. They were getting ready to go party, and they had some shit. And I'm like, "What is that?"
Yes pills.
They take just enough to fuck themselves up. Like they take it themselves. So they're like an old hand at drugs. These guys. But they told me with coke, the problem with coke is every time you do it, you're chasing the first time you did it, like the whatever high you got the first time you did it. That's what you're chasing each time after it. It's kind of not worth it. Yeah, Coke doesn't do too much for me. It's not my favorite. I'm into Molly. I like Molly. I'll do that a handful. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I'll do that a handful of times a year.
Now I sound like a dad. Is that what the kids are doing?
Yeah.
They're rolling?
The kids are popping Mollies now.
Yeah, like Miley.
Which in the UK they call Mandy. Which is, I hate this shit. You know, why can't we?
Was that like a cunty fuck you? We're going to name it after a girl, different girl over here.
Yeah, it just doesn't make it. Like, Where's Waldo there is Where's Wally?
Well, that's got to be like just a what is it called? The copyright thing, right?
I know, but the more of this shit I dive into, and by the way, the fact that none of this stuff annoys anyone else drives me nuts. This is a thing now that's diagnosable called hypervigilance. Have you heard of this?
No.
This is what I have.
Where you just get pissed about everything?
believe you guys aren't all upset about this. You know what I mean? I'm so zoned in on details. I don't miss much. I smoke weed to dull myself because it hurts watching idiots. Now, we all do it on some level. You see the guy get on your airplane. He's trying to put the bag in the oversized bin, and you're looking at it with your eyes going like, what can he not see that I can't see? Like, it doesn't fit.
But most people just look and go, what an idiot. But you're like, it makes you physically angry. If you want to be like, I need to talk
my
to
stress
this guy.
levels to probably a bad place.
I get it. I get that.
Causes probably some of these illnesses I have.
Yeah, most likely. I get
It's not
that.
good for me.
People suck. They're stupid.
Just watching, and by the way, and you know what really annoys me is people with menial jobs who do super repetitive tasks, which by definition and just sheer muscle memory, like you couldn't not get better at whatever your job is.
Yeah.
Let's say a sandwich artist. You ever go to Subway and like you order
Today. I was at Subway today.
And by the way,
meatball sub
when people
for $4.99, by the way, which is ridiculous price for a sub.
Punch anyone in the face who says the thing when you go like, "Hey, I went to Subway today," and they go like, "Ugh, Subway, I would never eat it." Just like, no one loves a Subway. I'm not like opening this conversation to be like, "Isn't Subway the best sandwich place on the planet?" No, but people who go like, "I never go to McDonald's," it's like, motherfucker, it's been
Yeah, and you'll go back.
You've been running around, starving, and had 10 minutes before you had to be at something and gone through and got an Egg McMuffin. You know you've done it. Stop.
They'll be back.
Right.
It's like alcoholics, right?
And again, no one's saying it's the best. Like, no one's going like, oh, let's go to Five. Oh, never mind. Forget Five Guys. There's a McDonald's. No one's doing that.
Overrated, too, by the way, Five Guys.
You're out of your mind, and you can leave anytime. Why would you even say that?
I had it once. I thought it was okay. Just okay.
You might have had a bad experience.
It's possible. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, because sometimes it's your fault. What do you like on your burger? Because I love these people who go like, what, pickles and pepper?
No, honestly.
you know what I mean? And then you go like, well, you don't like
well, you like weird
burgers.
shit. Yeah, you like hamburgers. Yeah. I'm actually one of those plain people. Like, I could eat just the burger, the bun, and
that's
the cheese.
weird to me.
I know.
But I would argue that if you got a burger, the cheese, and the bun at Five Guys would be one of the best places to do that. It's that potato roll. It's got the chew.
No.
The burger is always super
I don't
juicy.
know. It was right when it opened here in Vegas, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Maybe I just need to go again. Yeah. I'll go again. But I like In-N-Out.
All right, the show's over, guys. We're heading out
going to Five Guys. Five Guys.
No, but I don't like when they make your sandwich. You make sandwiches all day. First of all, you've made several life errors to end up where you're at. You know, unless you're 18 or younger working at Subway, I'm judging. When you go into a Subway and you see the 40-year-old woman working there, how has it come to this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Something's happened.
Yep.
You're divorced.
She invested in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Nope. She wouldn't be there. She'd be making
she will be.
Sandwiches out of gold dust. Please don't insult Bitcoin and don't tell people it's crashing. Those are rumors. Keep buying. Definitely not a Ponzi. Pump, pump, pump.
But to be fair on Subway, every single time I feel like I go into one, there's a fucking trainee. There's a trainee in almost all of them.
But you're old enough to remember how good Subway used to be.
Used to be good. They used to have a seafood medley. Do you remember that? It had crab.
No, I'm not an old creep. That sounds
it
like
was
some
awesome.
old Jewish
they
order.
Scoop it out with their little circular ice cream scooper.
That's like going into fucking a diner and ordering a fucking steak.
Never got sick. Never got sick of the seafood medley. It was fantastic.
But I'm talking about back in the 80s.
No, this is closer to like 90s.
I'm talking the 80s when they used to V cut the bread.
Remember that? Yeah, they don't even try anymore with the V cut.
No, now they cut the bread in half. First of all,
and then
the bread isn't even round anymore.
There.
It used to be a round roll. Now it's this sad flat. Every one of them's like given up in the oven.
Yeah.
They've just gone.
It's like an old penis just laid on a table, just settled.
They've been spray painted with oats by some Mexican who gives zero shits. You got a honey wheat country. There's 9 different flavors. All of them taste like old garbage. But they're all flat. These breads now, you know what I'm saying? They're wide. They're ultra wide, and then they cut it.
Getting what you pay for with the $5.
They used to be round. They would cut a V out of the bread, and then they would put their thumbs in and press the bread and hollow it out and stuff
And
your shit,
it.
and then put that V back on, and you would have the sandwich that would never fall apart.
No.
Now it's this sad old slop. It looks like your grandmother's vagina if she just can't quit fucking. Like just
she throws dicks in there sideways.
Yeah.
Fucking beat it up.
Like imagine the woman from 19 and Counting.
Oh.
You know, her pussy just Cuban sandwich in the sun, giving up.
I did the math on that once. I want to say I came up with like
I do a joke on stage about
like
doing
11
the math
years.
on that.
She's
14.
been pregnant. Is it 14
I do a joke
years?
on stage
Is that what it
about
is?
it, yeah.
Okay. That's disgusting. That is fucking disgusting.
The joke I do
Pregnant for 14
the joke I do
years
on
of her
stage
life.
is I did the math on that. 19 and counting. I mean, she spent over 14 years of her life pregnant. And I was watching that show with a chick, and she was like, "Oh my God, I can't imagine being pregnant for 9 months." And I said, "I can't imagine you being pregnant for the drive to the abortion clinic."
That was good.
Yeah, and it either does really well or really bad.
Oh, those abortion uptight people.
That's a good joke. I
That's a
think.
good joke. Anything that ends
not-
with an abortion trip is a good joke.
But yeah, so I've been sick. I think that's where I got off on a tangent.
That's Vegas, though, man. Everybody.
Is this
You know,
what
my
it
day
is?
job, I work in a
Because
pharmacy.
it's the dry air.
Everybody.
It transmits.
No, something's going on right now.
AIDS
There's just a
easily.
lot of sick fucking people out there.
It's a very like.
I'm going to say, sounds stupid. I'm going to say people are depressed because of Trump. I know it sounds
You think
crazy.
that causes
I just think that
sickness?
people, they're not taking care of themselves. They're just angry and just pissed off. So they're just slumping around. And I don't know. It might sound crazy.
It's already a sick town, though, if you think about it. This is a transient town.
Oh, yeah.
There's
People just
probably
bring shit to us.
a lot more international. I mean, I guess no more international traffic than New York or LA, but
You think?
one of the hot
probably right.
spots.
Yeah.
One of the hot spots.
Yeah.
And even doubled if you hang out at casinos or work in casinos because everything is touched. Everything is
Oh my
tactile.
God,
These
yeah.
chips and money.
People
and
are coughing in their
ATM
hands and they're
machines,
touching the machine.
The machines. Oh my God, these women just hitting buttons and coughing and drinking and smoking and drinking and coughing. And
Yeah, we'll make fun of the
chips.
Asian that walks by with a mask on.
Yeah.
You're like, look at this douchebag.
You know what I heard about those Asians with those masks? You know what I heard about them Asians?
They're hiding their beautiful smile.
No, I heard that they do that when they're sick to protect other people. That it's actually a very
Really?
selfless.
That makes sense. That they're much nicer people than we
Oh,
are.
arigato.
That makes sense. It was the bird flu for a while. I remember that.
Yeah, they were scared of everything.
Yeah. But I think you're right. That makes sense.
But you always see them. But you would never know that unless you asked them. And I feel like if you talked to one of those people, they would run away.
Yeah. Especially you.
Immediately.
You'd be towering over them.
What have you been up to? How was your Christmas?
It was fun. My son's 3, so he really got to enjoy it, which was cool.
Now, how much does a Christmas cost? You have one kid?
1, yeah.
And how much does a Christmas cost? You would consider yourself middle class family?
Yeah. I would say.
Not really wanting
I don't know.
for
Middle
anything,
class is
but it's
considered
not.
really like a high income at this point.
Oh, is that now? Like, yeah,
I think it's
you're
over
250,000 is middle class.
Yeah, right. And it's like so we both work. We both have jobs, and then I do stand up. But
Yeah.
I'd say I consider myself middle
I
class.
would say you live in a house. You don't
Yeah, we got
want
a
for
nice
anything. You have
house.
2 cars.
Yeah. That's
Got a couple big screen TVs.
Couple.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
also being
We do
poor.
all right, yeah.
Being poor is not as bad as it used to be.
No.
Like my poorest friends have 42-inch TVs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
being poor isn't
it's
what
not
being
horrible.
poor used to be.
It's not horrible.
So, yeah. So, what does Christmas cost?
I mean, I
you
think
buying
we
the
spent
tree?
several
You
$100.
do the real
No,
tree?
we have a tree that we use every year.
it's
I don't even like the
so
idea of a
shit.
fake tree. Or, I mean, of a real tree. Fuck that.
Why?
Messy, going out.
It is messy, but
I am like, I get so upset with sticky hands.
when your son's old enough to do that, isn't that a fun thing to go do together?
To go get a tree?
Yeah. Pick a tree out.
I mean, if you're the Griswolds, I guess, but I don't. It was never a tradition, maybe
You
in
look
our
like a
household.
fucking
That's why. Yeah, dude. I'm trying to make the best Christmas for my son.
Okay. So,
It was never a tradition growing up, so maybe we always had like a fake tree, so maybe that's why. we'd always get up and put the tree together. That
My
was
grandmother,
a thing.
in her older senile years, purchased a all gold fake tree.
Yeah. My grandmother's had the white one, the all white,
And it
with
was
gold
also
stuff on it.
It was also like supposed to be some artistic, like there weren't really any leaves or whatever pine needles on it. It was just sticks, so it was all very sticky and just gold,
like a bonsai.
and she
tree.
put it in the corner of her house that had like just this obnoxious mirror wall, like that surrounded it. So it just was just gold stick forest. Looked like you'd opened up the door to Narnia when you walk over there.
Like a frozen tree.
But that mirror fucked with me too as a kid because it made it look like you had way more presents on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Like you would oh my God, I can't.
You got to reach in and buckle your
There's 7
knuckles.
things there and 3 of them are Nintendo games.
You know they're doing upside down trees. Have you seen that shit?
Upside down cheese?
Trees.
Okay, no.
They sell trees that are upside down.
No, how is that? How would that even?
That's just a base, and then you build it, and it's upside down. The base is at the top, and then the point is
But
at
if
the
the
bottom.
ornaments are hanging, it's gonna just be a cylinder.
We hang them
then.
that way, yeah. They're just hanging off of it.
That would
I know they're fucking stupid, but it's becoming a thing. It's a thing now.
For who? Who are these people?
Yeah, right. You
I
would
don't
think,
do it.
and they're expensive. I don't know anybody that owns one, so maybe they're not a thing other than being in what are they called? The things where you buy shit.
So what did your son have to have? Are you raising him straight?
I don't care if he's straight or gay, but we're
Which way are
going
you
to
nudging
lean
him?
towards. I bought him a
You're gonna
Draymond
lean
Green
in-
jersey,
you're
so
gonna
we're going
lean
for
into-
straight.
yeah,
we're
lean
going
into
for straight. Mostly cars.
What if your kid showed no signs of being gay, but you just kept buying him easy bake ovens and Barbies?
I don't like this
Corvettes.
stuff, Dada. I don't want a doll.
Yeah.
My
He hates it all.
What he wanted what did he want the other day? Oh, for his birthday, for his 3rd birthday, he wanted a My Little Pony birthday. And my buddy Jason Harris, you probably know, he's like, "Oh, that makes me so happy that your kid wants that." I'm like, I don't give a shit.
So what do you?
Sure he's just
so
fine
what do you
with
have to? What do you pop out? I'm thinking like, what does Christmas cost? $500.
Probably at least that, because if you consider like the presents and such.
Yeah.
But luckily, we got a lot of family that buys them a lot of stuff. We know that's coming. But we probably alone spent a good $300-400 just on presents.
Do you have to do the thing where
300.
it's like these are from Santa, this is from Mom and Dad?
We did that, and then we did the cookie thing.
He's too young, I guess, to
He's about
be reading.
He just turned 3, so he kind of doesn't really know. We read the book a little bit. It was actually funny because we were reading the night before Christmas, and at one point he just looks at me and he goes, "That's a scary house, huh?" And we just started laughing and going, "No, this is a nice book. Like this is supposed to be a nice thing." And then later on, he said something about the bad man coming. And we're like, I don't know who's teaching in these
Santa?
stories. But then my wife starts in on, and I go, Santa lands on the thing. And she's like, he's going to go in and take all your toys. So she started fucking with him. But maybe that's where he gets it.
Yeah, that's
it was
horrible.
funny. Yeah,
He's not old enough to understand satire.
I mean, he laughed. He laughed.
Oh my God.
He gets it a little bit. He knows the beards. He sings, if your dad doesn't have a beard, you got 2 moms. We're teaching him the correct things in life. He knows that if you say,
He's gonna
call the
get-
cops when you see, he knows Tupac. He says Tupac.
Call the cops if you see Tupac.
Yeah. Grab your Glocks when you see, and he goes Tupac.
First of all, if you see you should change, the lyrics should change now
Call
that he's dead. Like if you see Tupac, take a picture because that shit's worth some money.
Some money, yes.
To TMZ. Or even better, video. 4K.
Take a picture and sell it to TMZ.
Yeah.
Would you do that with your camera?
Call
phone? Why
the
don't you
pop.
take a video?
Call the pop if you see
There you
Tupac. That's what it should be.
Call the pop.
Call the paparazzi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Get your bank account filled up to the top if you see Tupac.
There you go.
Haha. You thought they shot me, but the punks didn't finish. Now you're about to get paid with a vengeance.
Rewritten.
Yeah, I think that would be good. While I've been sick for
Since Thanksgiving.
just on and off. I just finished a course of antibiotics for an upper respiratory infection. Like, what the fuck is happening here?
Telling you, man, there's a lot of shit going on.
But I'm not like hanging out at casinos. I've gone and played poker a few days, but I'm not crazy.
Yeah, and that's the problem is everybody's sick, and
You're
everybody goes
touching
out
cards
still.
and
Yeah,
everybody's just
sure.
the worst.
People don't stay home. They're not Asian here, remember?
But I realized
Just
I've
go out and
become the
spread it.
creepy guy in the neighborhood who's watching the neighborhood.
Are you like the old guy who keeps track on things?
I know what everybody's up to. Let me put it that way.
Why do you care?
I don't.
You should be writing
I don't. I should be. We'll get to that in a minute.
or write about your neighbors.
I don't care, other than the fact that my across in the building across from me, the neighbors have a real allergy to taking trash to the dumpster.
Oh, that's the worst. What do they just toss it over their balcony?
They put it outside their door and just leave it there. Which wouldn't be like, I get it. Like, hey, there's something really smelly in this trash. I'm about to shower, get dressed, and go out in an hour. Like, I'm gonna set it outside the door and then grab it in an hour.
Yeah.
No worries. You know, that's the equivalent of a phone book sitting outside your home before you come home from work. It's when it starts piling up. 4, 5 bags.
Really?
9, 10 hot and ready Little Caesars.
Is this second floor or
pizzas? Pizzas.
Second floor or first
floor.
Okay.
And hot and ready pizza boxes. First of all, let me tell you something. They have the same size condo as me. It's 2-bed or whatever. I've seen 19 people.
Really?
There's 4 kids at least.
Well, you know,
There's 4 adults.
hot and ready means
7.
they're leaving the house to get. You don't get hot and ready delivered. You have to go pick up hot and
He
ready.
goes and picks up hot and
Right,
readies.
which means you can grab a bag on the way out.
So what I've started doing, I'm nuts. I
Throwing
want to
stuff
qualify
on.
this before any of this starts. I know I'm crazy. I know this is nuts to do.
Is your neighbor a listener?
No clue.
Okay, go ahead.
I have started taking photos. It would be normal or sorry, it wouldn't be normal.
If you were
It
an
would be
80-year-old
crazy.
looky-loo woman.
It would be crazy of me to say right now, I've started taking pictures every day. I take 5 pictures a day because that's how many times a day the pile changes.
That's so gross.
And I cannot wait. I probably have 100 photos now.
I guess, what are you going to do with these photos?
I'm going to edit
Coffee
them into
book?
a time
A coffee book?
Time-
Coffee table book?
lapse GIF. Like it's gonna be
actually a really good idea.
hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
that
gonna
is
be
funny.
like you're gonna just see garbage.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really funny, I think. And I might do it on stage or something. Like I might have to print these out and show them big
Like
form.
a flip book?
It's a crazy story. They also have babies. I don't know how many.
How many they stack those out
I don't know how
before
many
they take them to the
they
dumpster?
bring in through the tunnel every day. We tunneling, baby. They tie up diapers individually in grocery bags, open the door, and just fling them out.
All right,
They just fling them out.
this is bad. This is going to sound bad.
And I can't capture any of that. So what I need to do, I do need to put a camera, like a video camera,
To catch the diaper fly?
to catch some of the animated stuff because recently there's a trend now where the father came out the other day and took 2 of the bags back in. Never to be seen again.
Not
and then
to
the
emerge
kid
from the
came out
front?
the other day and like some discarded cardboard box he grabbed again and took inside. He came back out 1 minute later. I mean, not enough time to do anything other than he folded it a different way and then put it back down. I don't know what's happening in there, but diaper bombs, hot and readies. By the way, I call the diaper bombs hot and readies. Taking a shit is like hot and ready. That's a gross term.
I have to admit, my wife and I are guilty of the diaper bomb.
You throwing them outside?
Out into the garage on the floor, yes.
Into
We
your
had a
garage.
diaper genie.
Your garage is just another room.
It's almost worse because it's not outside. And the garbage, the bin is like
Why don't
at the
you get
front of
one
the
those
garage.
diaper genies.
We throw it at that.
where it does it
Yes.
the twist.
It's kind of broken, but we also just throw it towards that. We have a
Towards the
diaper
diaper
genie.
genie?
It used to be in his room. We moved it to the garage. It's right outside the door. We just opened the door and tossed it at the diaper genie. It started because I didn't put a new bag in one time. So my wife just kind of put it out there. And then one day I came in, there was like 3 of them. I'm like, what's the deal now with just throwing the diapers out the door? And she goes, you should try it. It's not that bad. So then I did, and I'm like, it's really not that bad. And then every once in a while I'll go out and clean them all up.
You know where all the futuristic movies are going wrong? This is what happens when you're high and drunk. I don't know why this is a tangent I want to go down. You know where all the futuristic movies are going wrong?
Where?
Why is that a problem we're dealing with? That's crazy.
What? Diapers
and shit.
Yeah.
By the way, like Mike Bridenstine, comedian in LA, used to have a joke. It's a great joke, but he'd be like, whatever year he used to do this, 2012. Can you believe it's 2012 and we're still wiping our own asses? Come on, Apple. Like it would just be like a dumb transition line. But it's such a good point.
It's true. We should not be wiping our own.
This is insane.
Why? You remember using a bidet in '89 in Greece, which is working towards it.
That's even disgusting. I propose some
Have you ever
animal.
used a bidet? Have you ever used a bidet? It's nice.
Just for giggles.
It's quite nice.
It's nice, but then you got a wet ass.
Control.
And then you need a towel.
But it's way cleaner than a toilet.
I like a compromise in the middle because I also think a bidet is a disgusting appliance to have just in the corner of a room.
Well, you shouldn't have it where other people can use it. You should have it as my bidet.
What do you
my
mean?
wife's
If it's
bidet.
in your bathroom
You
in
don't
your
put
house,
it in
you can't have a
bathroom where everybody uses it.
Put an acrylic case
gross.
around your bidet with a little lock.
Well, then now you're encouraging people to take shits in there.
Yeah, I want you to see it, but you can't get it.
Don't touch it.
Yeah. I like the wet wipe.
Yeah.
I think that's a good compromise.
But those destroy the toilet.
No, there's flushable ones.
Are there really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought they were only I thought you couldn't
No,
flush
you
any
can
of
get
those.
flush safe ones.
Okay.
Now you don't want to put 9 of them on top. I don't know how dirty your ass is. You should never be using more than 2.
No, I really
max
do. And
wet
you know what?
wipes.
And
But
it's
one
the
will do you
drinking
nicely.
that slowed that down.
You clean your ass good with the dry paper, which is a disgusting practice. and then you one wet wipe clean. That's a nice feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a good compromise. And you also don't have a disgusting appliance in your bathroom that's grossing people out. You know,
So
they
why
do
not invent a dispenser?
They do
for
a lot
your
with these
flushable wipes.
They probably do, like Kleenex dispensers, or even better, the boxes of Kleenexes are very decorative. You can get almost anything now. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Bees,
You put pictures
flowers, butterflies.
pictures of your family.
Yeah, customized.
Your cat.
I do want to sell porn tissues. I think that'd be really funny, like novelty item for like adult
vagina
stores.
on the.
No, just
you can come
hardcore
into.
porn screenshots all over a box
Oh.
of tissues that you use exclusively to jerk off and wipe up your cum with.
Even better. How about this? A box
That's a
like
great
that.
gag gift.
But
for
you
like
take it to someone's house that you know has one of those little covers over it and swap it out. So then the next time they go to change it, they pull it up and there's just this vile picture or pooing or something.
Do it to somebody's
something
parents,
disgusting,
some
like
old people.
scat porn.
Do it at your church, where they have like really nice bronze ones over the tissues.
So just load it up. So the next time somebody goes to unload that bad boy.
People are saying to get everybody should have Japanese toilets. No,
What's Japanese
even further,
toilets do?
they have 9 buttons. You know, to
For
wipe,
what?
Wash and wipe and
Is there
talk
a
to your asshole.
finger button.
I'm just thinking it should be like Demolition Man, where they have the 3 seashells,
the
whatever
three
the fuck that
seashells.
was.
Yes.
Like I want some mystery process, or just. I feel like the Flintstones even were ahead of you. Like you.
What, they had like a toucan
They had
in
an
there or
animal
something?
that you could just throw
you
garbage
pooed
into
in
and it
its
would
mouth.
eat it.
That's
yeah,
right. Yeah.
or whatever. Like a garbage disposal type creature. We're breeding cockapoos and we can't breed that?
So an animal that will just eat your garbage?
Yeah, why are we breeding ugly dogs when we can breed a useful animal?
Like a raccoon. Just a room with
I
a raccoon
noticed
in
we're
it
not
and you just
spitting
throw shit into
seeds
it.
out of
A
grapes
goat.
and watermelons anymore. How about we get on garbage eating animal? So yeah, they can eat cans. What about a super goat?
Just in a room.
You could have milk. You could eat you could really turn your garbage into milk.
Yeah. Goat milk, huh?
Yeah. So I want to probably start. So what would you do? Your neighbor's piling trash up. It doesn't bug me. Let me just tell you this. It doesn't affect my life in one goddamn way.
Right.
But I don't like it. And I know I'm not going to let it go.
Here's would be fun. Here's a fun thing. Get one of those poles, those expandable poles from like for pool cleaning.
Yeah.
And
there's one down by the pool. I'll just go steal
borrow
one.
that one.
Yeah.
Put a hook on it and start removing garbage from there. So when they can't figure out where the fucking garbage
I was thinking the opposite. Tell me what you think about
this. And then put it somewhere else, and then one day put it all back. All of them back on their...
I like where you're going, because this is what I was thinking.
Or put it on the downstairs neighbor.
What if I just start putting my garbage on top?
That's a good one.
That's funny.
Yeah, just slide it over.
I go up at like 4 a.m. when everybody's asleep, and I just put my
Can you
trash.
lean... Oh, it's on their front porch.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking their back porch. So
No,
that's
it's just
way
piled
easier.
up out front.
Oh, that's
what's shitty.
I did it. I've done that when I lived in an apartment. But literally, yeah, you're right. Like I would do it for like an hour.
The
before I
same
was
people
heading
that
out.
their whole balconies are filled with like storage and garbage. It's like, what are you?
Yeah, I would start walking your garbage up there, or go chop up a
Isn't
hooker.
that funny to
Leave
add
a
your
dead body.
But if you started, here's what's great
Get
about
a
it.
finger.
Here's what's great about it, because I think I'd only have to do it once. Here's what's so great about that. Yes, it's passive aggressive, but it's also funnier.
funny, though.
It's funnier than it is passive aggressive. And if I came out, you know what somebody did to me one time? I used to walk my dog all the time and never pick up after it. Fuck that. I am a human. I do not serve him. I would walk my dog just out by the woods in my apartment complex, let him shit wherever he wanted. And it's Florida. It rained every afternoon. You know what I mean? It's not like here where like that shit will sit there and turn white and be dust.
Yeah, Vegas is the worst because when they shit, it sticks to the
Also, you have
pavement.
And everybody here is like
then they
zero
pick it up and
scaped. So you
smushes
just
it.
have like rocks in your yard and succulents and shit. You don't even have grass. But in Florida, it's lush, it's grassy. There's lots of things like earthworms and bacteria and rain. This shit lasts a day and a half max and then is broken down into fucking fertile. It's fine.
Yeah.
So fuck you. I'm not picking up after my dog. Like if I lived in New York City and had a dog and it was shitting like in the 4x4 flower box on my block, yes, I'll pick up my dog shit.
Yeah.
But a neighbor one time went and collected a lot of the shit and put it in a bag and put it on my doorstep.
Wow.
Just anonymously.
I mean,
And it was
I get it.
It was funny and I got the point. I didn't stop doing it ever. But I just moved,
now that's,
I moved to a different area because I didn't know who it was, so I just moved to a different area. But here's why adding my trash to their trash pile is funny. He'll get it immediately.
Yeah.
Because the joke is like, what? Oh, I thought this is where we just stacked our trash, where we didn't want to walk it all the way to the dumpster. Is this not the designated pile?
You were going to do it one time because I feel like he would wait and try and catch you. Like, wait to
First
hear
of
you
all,
coming up
I've
there.
watched this family, and I don't want to be racist, but it's Mexicans eating hot and readies every night. You know, I'm not
You're
really.
gonna make me want a hot and ready when I leave here.
I don't think
way.
they're up on what's happening with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna like rig a webcam or a spy or have a.
Yeah.
Then again, they do have 19 people in there. They could just take turns throughout the night watching
out
the
there.
door.
I think it needs to be weird garbage though. Something that might frighten them.
What about pizza boxes from a competing pizza company? I just started
about-
stacking dominoes up.
What about one of those? What about I did this once for a video and I made a dead body. And it was very, very realistic looking.
Go on.
Very realistic looking. Me and Brant did a video. It was like the first video I
Tobler?
ever made. Yeah. And I mean, I know it sounds like, but what about like those white garbage bags? But like clearly there's something that looks like blood on the inside of the bag. And maybe a body part, just something to fuck with them.
What's Halloween? I wonder if you get like discounted, like if you
Yeah,
go
like those
find
arms.
somewhere like like
Yeah.
body parts super cheap.
But like wrap it up in other plastics so it looks like it could be, and then just have it
Or
on
just
there.
go to like a butcher and get a bunch of like the worst parts.
Oh yes.
So that way it's real. It will
disemboweled.
reek.
Yes, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean?
And then you have to set up a camera somewhere where you catch their
Just like,
reaction.
hey, do you guys have any of the stuff left over from when you boil the heads to make cheese?
Because he's not gonna call the cops because it's their garbage.
I think he'll get the point immediately. What's crazy is it's like it is not far to the. Also, the output. You know, I know why the landfills are full and the earth is turning black. Jesus, this family. So I'm taking 5 photos a day. I share them. I share them sometimes with friends.
Social media. Oh.
With friends. I have to like. Should I show you?
Yeah.
Can I show you some of these photos?
I'm sure.
So you can get an idea of what the fuck I'm even dealing with. Because I know you'll think like, oh, okay, I'm sure it's crazy. This is today. This is currently. Right now, 3 garbage bags. There's a diaper bag bomb on top, and a hot and ready.
That's so unnecessary.
And there's a hot and ready. Let me show the people here. There's a hot and ready. They also have a jujitsu mat.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a good idea to go fuck with that.
And just so you know, I'm not fucking around. This was earlier today, before they added the bag. You can see the hot and ready box a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's funny too is I was second for it. We used to do back.
And this was earlier today before the addition of the hot and ready box. I'm taking all throughout the day. I'm not
an old
fucking around.
You're an old looky-loo.
This was this morning when it was just a diaper bomb. But you see what I'm saying. So that was one day. I've just walked you through one day. And I am tracking them. I am following it all.
You're so old.
Stay tuned for the animated GIF. Should I start? I'll start posting these on our group. NobodyLikesOnions.com/Facebook. I'm going to start posting every photo on our group. So you guys can keep up with my neighbors.
You're going to use words like salve now.
What does that mean?
That's what old people call cream and ointment.
Oh, yeah, like salve. Yeah. Rub some salve on my joints.
You're going to start using old words, old-timey words.
They're nuts. And also, I have a big problem with Little Caesars now about the term hot and ready. And I want to call them. I want to call them for 2 reasons. Number one, I watched the father of this family. I can only assume the father. He is 5'2", and every time I see him, just ranchero music in my head. He works for Cox. You're yawning on me.
Yeah,
boring you. Sorry, with my ranchero stories.
That's not it at all.
You're a fucked up dad.
I have a child.
Do you ever
I get up
sleep
at
in?
6:30 in the morning. Not really anymore, no. Sometimes Sundays he sleeps in till like 8:30.
But the only time we can hang out with you is like after 10.
But I get naps.
Oh my God, you're
my
old.
son naps, so I nap with him.
All I've been doing because I've been
Napping's
sick
the best.
and aching.
Napping's the best. We were napping prior to my child.
I can't do like hour naps. I have to go 3-4 hours, or I wake up grumpier and groggier than I started.
They say you're not supposed to do more than 45 minutes. That's the max.
Yeah, you're supposed to do intervals of 45 minutes.
Yes. But I like a good 2-hour nap.
I like a good 8-hour nap, and then I'm a new man. Up at 2 a.m.
Wake up, have a sandwich, go to sleep for the day. Caesars, Little Caesars.
Can I call them? I want to call Little Caesars because here's what.
Yeah, don't they also do a new thing where it's like $1 upgrade and you get like double cheese,
we'll find out.
Double pepperoni?
First of all,
why do I know this?
Stop telling me this.
Why do I know?
I'm trying to lose weight. I joined the military in a week.
Join.
We got to get it. People are saying we need a trash cam. Somebody said go over there and leave them.
Dude, a 24-hour trash cam is a great idea.
Go over there and start leaving them hot and readies. Shit.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. It's a $5 investment each time.
Or
just dig them out of the garbage when they're done.
You can't tell me in a boardroom nobody brought up hot and ready could mean shit, sir.
Get a hot and ready and then put like a
hot and ready
cut porn out. I don't know why mine always goes to porn and stuff, but cut porn out and stick it in the box so when they open it up, there's like a dick pic. Like the new way of distributing dick pics. Is that
the new Skype is fucked.
You're calling him on Skype?
Yeah, that's a phone system that I have tied into the.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay, mother?
I didn't know the pizza place had Skype.
No, they don't.
They don't.
I can call a phone number. I'm using my Skype.
I'm just showing how old I am by not
you're
understanding technology. What is this technology? Let's go sit out on your porch and watch your neighbors put garbage out.
I just have
old bastards.
God damn it! Where did my call go?
Well, let's find out.
God damn it! I just dialed that whole number. Is that the number? Yeah. Okay, I have a request. I'm gonna mute your mic.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Little for the Pet Scene Street Mountain. This is V. How may I help you?
I'm sorry, it's V?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how may I help you?
Yeah, can you tell me about your hot and readies? Your hot and readies?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Are your hot and readies?
Just a second, okay?
What is happening with this bitch? Is it hot?
Give me your hot and readies.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out about your hot and ready prices.
Yeah, they're $5 for a regular pepperoni or regular cheese. And then we have extra pepperoni and extra cheese for $6.
Okay, cool. And if I want to, I'm having a big party. If I want to get like 25, how long would that take?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
If I need to get like 25 hot and readies for a party, like how long would that take to make?
We're actually going to close in 10 minutes, so you probably need to find another location.
Are you kidding me? Is there one that's 24 hour?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Also, do you guys know a little short Mexican guy who comes in there and buys hot and readies like every other night?
What about him?
He's my neighbor and he just keeps piling up hot and ready boxes outside his house. And I was wondering if you could stop selling him hot and readies.
Okay.
So if you see like a short Mexican guy in a Cox truck, just tell him no more hot and readies. They're sick of the boxes. Also, change the name because hot and ready sounds like if you're taking a shit. You know what I mean? Like if you were you're like, bitch, I gotta go take a hot and ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting, right?
Yeah, it does.
All right, you have a good night. Happy New Year, girl.
You as well. Thank you. You made me laugh.
Thank you. Hot and readies, everybody. Hot and readies. Keep them coming. There you go.
That was great. she is.
She knows.
She's fantastic.
She's like, yeah, it does sound like a shit pizza.
Like a hot load on your chest.
How are they doing it? Here's my question. And I haven't had a Little Caesars pizza since I was in middle school.
Yes.
Like honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Because in Florida it was like the super cheap place was no.
It was Little Caesars had the two
when
in
I was
the
middle school.
chamber,
Yeah,
like
pizza.
yeah.
Because when I was poor, that's what my dad would get. Because it was like $12.99. You got two larges.
You feed
and then sometimes they would do like free, Caesar sticks or whatever.
Crazy breads.
But sorry, I did put a cough drop in. Everybody, I am recovering.
Me too.
Alcoholic. Let me get some alcohol here to make it all better. Is Little Caesars? Well, we had Hungry Howie's in Florida.
I don't know that
which
one.
was they had a flavored crust that was like their big catch. Like
Flavored like what?
They had like 17 different things you could get. Cajun, butter garlic, butter sesame, but it was really good flavored crust. It wasn't like the shit that like Domino's tries to do. Is Little Caesars so subpar that they can charge that little for it? $5? Or is it $5.99?
No, it's $5. Yeah, because I went and got some for work.
$6 for extra cheese and pepperoni?
$6 for you get $6 for the extra cheese and pepperoni on it.
That's nuts.
Oh, what it was? We bought it for my kid's school. That's what it was. So I just went and bought a stack of them.
So you have to break it down in cost.
What pizza for $5?
What is it costing them? Their food costs need to be between 20 and 30%. So that pizza literally has to be $1.50.
I mean, cheese has to be the main thing that's expensive on those things, right?
They can't be using real Wisconsin cheddar.
They're trucking it in from Wisconsin for their $5. Well, I mean, a good example is they just said that they were announcing they're bringing back the $5 footlong at Subway, back to Subway, callback. And they even said on the news.
I didn't know they took it away.
They took it away for a while, and it was like closer to like $6, $7. Like they had different prices, but they weren't the $5. But
yeah, well, they
said
always had it
several.
where it was limited to like only like
Oh, yeah.
6 subs or whatever.
But they said even on the news that several of the franchises said, we can't afford to do that. We don't make any money when you do that. And they said that not enough was a problem to them not to do that thing. So, yeah, apparently there's stores where it kicks their ass.
Yeah.
It's got to be the same with the pizza.
I mean, you just have to be making such margins. And then there has to be now an entire class of people, like this fucking family, that depend on that.
That girl knew.
This guy works at fucking Cox.
Mm-hmm.
And
but he's supporting 17 people.
And he's the only one that works, from what I can tell, out of the entire fucking clan, 19 and counting. And so what does this guy make? Let's say he's making $20 an hour.
Okay.
I just feel like that's a good medium point.
Sure.
He's skilled, but not too skilled. It's like not anybody can just go be a cable guy.
Right.
But, he has to know like IP addresses and how to hook up router. Like, so he's a little skilled. Oh, maybe he could hook up a camera. Maybe I shouldn't be hot and ready in him.
Maybe that's what you need to do is get the
He's
box.
probably already on the network.
Put
He's
a hot
probably
load
listening
in
right
there.
now. God damn it. I didn't think this through at all. He controls my internet.
He's taking the garbage down.
I got throttled.
Oh, yeah, he can come over.
I got throttled this month. That's a thing out here.
What is
I got
that?
an email on Thursday that said you've used 85% of your bandwidth for the month.
Yep, that's true. Yeah,
What?
unlimited.
I didn't know home internet
There's a limit to
had
unlimited.
a limit.
Yes. Call it unlimited. I had a buddy who used to download movies and sell them bootleg. And
What
he
kind
used
of
to get the email and the message.
I hit the limit on the day they said it restarted, and they told me I had to buy it. If I wanted internet for that day, I had to pay $10 for another 50 gigs.
Wow.
And I told them, shut it off. And they said, we can't. And I said, well, I don't want to pay for it. And they said, all right. Well,
And
we'll
they
just
didn't make
leave
you
it
pay
on.
for it.
And I go, what are we doing?
How many shows did you push out that day?
What are we doing?
That's terrible. Unlimited. There's a limit on
You
unlimited.
can't say we're going to shut it off if you don't pay. And I go, all right, do it. And they're like, we can't. And I'm like, well, I don't want to pay. And they're like, all right.
It's going to be on there.
Good on you for calling our bluff. No, of course I would pay $10. I don't care. It was just weird that that's when it.
No, I know. That's crazy.
I didn't know that there was a cap.
I never
But I've been
discovered it
so
'cause I don't-
sick. You know what it is? I've been so sick. I've been just streaming garbage.
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my problem is, too, I don't pause Netflix when I'm streaming porn on my phone or tablet. So now I'm using
let
up,
them both
now I'm using up so many streams
So now
while
you're
I'm
jerking off to the
broadcasting
ranch?
live. So that's an upstream.
You're jerking off to the ranch with Ashton
Oh my
Kutcher.
God. Have you?
No. Is it bad? People love it.
It's the worst thing that's ever been made.
Not the worst thing ever.
It's the worst thing that's ever
That's
been made.
Big Bang Theory.
No, you're wrong.
That show's horrible.
You haven't seen The Ranch.
Oh, okay. Well, since they got that
There's
raper
also a little
on there.
documentary on Netflix you might want to check out called Discovering Bigfoot.
Is it good?
No,
Oh.
but it's so bad it's worth watching.
Have you seen The Room, speaking of bad movies?
No.
No.
I don't watch anything with room in the title.
Like Ballroom or
Space Room.
Roomies. There's got to be a good movie called Roomies
Room to Room.
with
Ass to Room. Nope.
two of the Sex and the City cast.
Nope. Not doing it. All right, let's see. I'm a creep. We did that. Hot and Ready's. We did that.
Big shout out to V, by the way.
Who? Oh,
V,
V ruled.
that was awesome. Most people are cunty and ass. I told you my experience when I called Victoria's Secret and asked them if they had crotchless underwear in children's sizes, and they're just like, no.
Is a Hot and Ready a good pizza?
It's not bad. I mean, it's pizza.
Is it better than Domino's? Because Domino's is awful.
Domino's used to be like the best pizza in town. We're talking 80s, 90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Back then, it was the best pizza.
Now it's Papa John's.
Back when it
It's
was the Noid.
like of Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut. Papa John's hands
the
down.
Well, because they give you that garlic butter.
Well, and it doesn't taste like not food.
It's not bad. I don't know why people are talking shit about it. Like oh, maybe
Pizza Hut tastes like it's not food.
Yeah.
And I always get hot and readies after I eat a Pizza Hut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, drop a growler.
Something in Pizza Hut makes
you want to
everything. Speaking of that, I'm going
Happy poo year.
I'm going to Africa in a week.
As I pick up this brown
Isn't that
penis.
great? I bought that in Greece. They
That
sell
doesn't
them all over
surprise
the
me.
island.
I lived in Greece.
They sell them
And
all over
everything has a
Santorini. I
dick.
bought it in Santorini.
Everything out there has a dick.
They love
on
it.
They love dick.
So I bought one that was like the closest in size to mine. And I'm pretty
Which makes
proud
me
of
more
it.
uncomfortable that I'm holding.
I'm pretty proud of that, though. You know, for a white guy, that's not a bad dick to work with.
It's
All
not
right.
bad. No. Girls would enjoy that.
I could
think.
get longer, but I bought that when I was
Some
fat.
guys.
Now I'm bigger
That's bigger because
you lose the.
Right.
I mean, I bought that when I was fat. Please, I'm still there, but I have to go get malaria pills from Andrews Air Force Base
Yes.
before I fly out to like
I would
Kuwait.
Definitely do that.
I'm flying to Kuwait. I have to take malaria pills. I have to fly through Germany to get to Kuwait. That doesn't seem on the way.
I'm so bad at geology. Bad at geography.
You're so bad
That
at it.
too.
You
I'm
don't
so
know
bad
what
at
it's
the
called.
fuck I'm talking about.
Oh my god. So that's gonna be fun, and I am terrified of dying.
Of Africa or
Well, the fact
South
that,
Africa?
the fact that you're gonna be in a place where they know there's things in the water that could kill you, and you need a pill.
Yeah, but people go to Mexico all the time with the same issue.
In what way?
Drinking water, not even just the hanging out in water.
Everyone drinks the water in Mexico. It's fine.
Really? So that's
At
just
least
a
in like the
misnomer?
cities. Like if you go to Tijuana, you're not afraid of the water. Well, you're drinking bottled water, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. I stick to liquor.
Oh, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, but then you got to worry about ice cubes too.
Gotta go. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, because
And
I didn't
also-
realize that once somebody told me about
So
Mexico.
they're-
It said,
they're
watch
putting-
out for the ice cubes.
They're putting us. Don't you fly to a base in Germany, then take a plane? No, I fly to Frankfurt, and then I fly to Kuwait. So we're in Kuwait for like 4 days, and they're putting us in a 5-star resort. I've seen the website for this place.
Okay.
It's like,
Amazing.
you know, like when you see like what like they do in like Dubai and the Saudi
Yeah, yeah.
princes and all the like all the shit they do. Like it's nuts. But there's no alcohol in Kuwait. This sucks.
Yeah, that's
4
upsetting.
nights in a fucking like paradise.
Dry country.
It's 80 degrees.
Why is that?
It's 80 degrees.
Can you do heroin?
No, you can't even like if you get caught with weed, they chop your dick off. Like it's
Well, you're not
nuts.
smoking it with your dick. That's
It's
silly.
nuts.
Why is there nothing out there? Because the
Like it'd be an
religion?
international incident if we got caught with drugs.
That's weird. I guess I never knew that about Kuwait.
But then I was
I'll
told
go ahead and take that right off of my list. Of
that
places
once we're
to
on
go.
the bases, there'll be plenty of weed and plenty of
Oh,
alcohol,
really?
which is hilarious.
But you're 4 days you're 4 days outside of the base before you go in there?
No, we're just staying at a hotel. And probably the
5-star
bases in the
hotel.
countries where it's not allowed.
You shouldn't be able to be, excuse me, a 5-star hotel without booze.
That's nuts.
Yeah, they should be able to you can force the max.
It's
you
like,
can
what do
here.
you even do? They even have a bar? Does the hotel even have a bar or lounge? Or, and if so, what is it? Just yoo-hoos and pineapple juice on ice? What is this?
All those Kuwaitis drinking yoo-hoos.
Yeah, like what a dumb
Cigarettes.
night.
Yeah, that's
gonna be.
stupid. What a bunch of assholes.
It's gonna be like 9 p.m. You're gonna be like, well, I'm around some of the most beautiful architecture I've ever seen. It's so
Some of the-
nice outside.
some of the prettiest eyes I've ever seen on a woman.
Love a cigarette, but I value my tongue. Or
Get
whatever.
a shirt that just says, fuck you.
They probably do
Kuwait.
like hookahs and shit. That's probably what they do, right?
Yeah,
Sit
but there's nothing in
outside
it.
and-
Like, that's tobacco. If that.
you get a little buzz
Yeah, if you don't smoke.
from a hookah. No, you get a little buzz from a hookah even if you smoke it.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
At least like right
I
off
don't
the bat.
smoke, so I get buzz off of it. But
Yeah. Well, you could have a cigarette and get a buzz. That's
Yeah.
what's crazy. Is like if you don't smoke and you smoke weed all day, like even if you're like toleranced out to weed,
Yeah.
you can have one cigarette and get a buzz like
Yeah.
you've never had from weed and be like,
No, it's
whoa.
the best. When I used to get pissed at work, I would go buy a pack of cigarettes. I would walk out, usually arguing with a customer.
I'll show them.
I would go buy a pack. I would smoke one, and felt like $1,000,000. It is so calming. But you know what? I tell my wife because she used to smoke. I fucking hate I hate smokers, and I only smoke one cigarette. The minute you go out there, 10 people will come up to you and go, "Hey man, can I get a cigarette? Hey, can I get a cigarette? Hey, can I buy one for $0.25?" No, that's not what they cost. Get the fuck away from me.
You charge them an accurate rate.
Let me break it down.
Like
for you.
these are actually
I just spent
67.7%.
It's just bullshit. Smokers are the worst. You guys are the worst.
I don't consider myself a smoker. I just
How often do you smoke? How many
just
cigarettes a day?
pack and a half a day.
Yeah, that's not smoking.
I do not smoke a pack and a half a day, but no, I gotta quit. I definitely gotta quit, or at least take time off. Do you try at comedy anymore?
What do you mean try it? I feel like that's a slam.
No, I'm asking for personal reasons.
Do I try comedy?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Do you even care anymore? Do you try?
Uh,
Like, how about we all go get a job done at Hot and Ready's?
V,
Open a
he's
pizza.
got a great
Let's
attitude.
open a pizza place just called Hot and Ready's, and we sell them for $4.99.
I like it. $4.95.
We do any.
Oh, they do $5. Don't they?
Any topping you want free, as long as it's something we have in stock.
I feel like sometimes I get a little in a rut. I'm working on other shit. Like I'm working on trying to do stuff on the internet just to keep me happy about comedy.
Well, like sketch stuff.
Yeah, I'm working on a character. I don't really want to say what it is yet, but it might be funny.
So this is perfect then. This is perfect conversation.
Okay.
So I'm going to Edinburgh this year. I think I'm going to do 3 shows in Edinburgh, which is nuts.
3
a day
Oh, a day. Okay. I was going to say that's
of my own show. So that's 3 hours a day of work,
Right.
at least. But 2 of them are going to be like stand-up showcases. One of them is going to be like a dating themed, like a relationship comedy thing. So we'll have like 4 comics, or we'll have 2 comics on that, other comics from the festival. This is how I was saying, like you can go up and get spots because there's just a million shows that need other comics.
And a million comics walking around wanting to get up.
Yeah, and then I think we're going to do a World Cup because the World Cup is this year.
There? Is that where it is this year?
No, but
Oh.
it'll be happening in like whatever May or June or whatever it is.
Okay.
So we're going to do like a World Cup of comedy.
Okay.
Because there's so many comics there from around the world. It's just a good, like a theme show to
Oh,
put
I
on.
gotcha. You got
So,
the American.
and both of these will be like free friend shows. So like people come, we put up 4 comics, like I host it, whatever. And then you pass around a bucket at the end and you make the money from it. But there's so many people looking for spots. It's literally just a way. It's a way to make extra money at the festival. Just running another show. So if you're there, you have to buy your flight, you have to buy your room for the month somewhere to stay, and all your food and everything. The more shows you can do, the more money you potentially can make and break even and stuff. But then I also for my own show, like my own hour show that I want to do, instead of stand up, I'm thinking about doing a character.
Okay.
Because there's a few guys I watched this year. It's fucking unreal, but it's so silly. It's just silly nonsense, like crazy shit. And as a stand-up, it feels like cheating.
Okay.
It feels too easy
Okay.
to go out and be silly and squirt the audience with a water gun and get massive laughs and kill because you got them with something unexpected and whimsical and interactive. But isn't that just cheap?
So
Isn't that Carrot Top-esque?
First of all, I've seen Carrot Top and it's very, very funny.
That's what
Have
I'm
you seen it?
saying. Why?
It's good.
No, I haven't. I would love
Well,
to.
I mean, there's that shitty. All of us have that in us. The minute you see somebody doing something different,
This is like when you
What
see.
you
It's like when
consider
you're
not
about to go up in a
comedy.
club and you see a guitar comic go up before you, and you're like, "Oh, great! Now I
here we
gotta
go.
follow a fucking parody of Bye Bye."
Yeah.
This American
Hair
Pie.
pie.
yeah.
Everybody's gonna laugh.
Right.
Oh, that was
and you
so
can't follow it because
fucking
everybody
genius.
knows the Timberlake song he just played.
Yeah.
And now you got to go up and
Oh,
talk
they
about your
changed
dad.
that word.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. My mom
So-
is my sister. My dad, well, he kissed her and I. It's like, okay.
Killing.
But no, it
you know
does.
what's
It
funny
destroys.
is so my idea I came up with because I was doing a contest and it was in this shitty bar and the winner got $1,000. So I won the first round, moved on the second round, figured I need to try something different. I've been in contests before and lost to that shit. I mean, that's how I got that job working for Anthony was I did my set and it was in a bar where they had like girls dressed in like thongs and schoolgirl outfits and tank tops. And the judges were Anthony Coles, George Wallace, and the cast of Absinthe.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to do something next level to win this. It was for $1,000. So then at the end, I said, hey, you guys, I just got to, you guys all can make it happen. I need a job. Like you guys can make it work. I need to work for you guys. Thinking I was talking to them. And then I took my pants off and I was wearing a schoolgirl skirt, a thong, took off my shirt. I was wearing a tank top. And everybody started laughing. I started yelling at them, going, don't laugh. This is my dream. I want to work here at this bar. And eventually turned around. And of course, my ass was hanging out. And I won. But it led to this job opening for Anthony Cools that have been there for 5 years now, making good money, working on the strip every night. But this other thing that I did, I came up with this character just for fun because I was like, I don't care if I don't win because it's hard to win contests anyway because something always comes up with some crazy shit. And it did well. So I want to do this character. I got an idea to do like an online type shit. Not necessarily stand up, but more of a just making fun of, more will come out about it. But I mean, I hate to be cryptic.
Yeah,
I know
no
people
worries.
hate that shit, but
I'll tell you, like,
but
so-
it's funny. The people I talked to said that's actually really funny. So I'm just working on that, and then eventually people know it's me. But
I feel like here is one of the places that's kind of like understood and accepted a little more. The problem is I would have nowhere to rehearse this here in America.
why
All the shows I had before then, a comedy club, you couldn't do what I want to do.
even open
I
mics?
want to do an hour of Pee-wee's Playhouse of silliness, of I'm coming out, my shoes are on the wrong feet. I never mention it or talk about it unless someone says something about it to me. Then there's a thing we go into, and I do,
You go,
and then we go
fix
back.
them.
If no one brings it up, I go off stage and the show's over and my shoes are on the wrong feet, and I'm just a madman whose shoes are on the wrong feet. I like an idea of a show that has a table full of things,
But you
and
never.
they're all possibilities and bits. But every show is a different thing, and it's visual and auditory. And I know enough about the technical components to do voice changes and
Yeah.
and it's gay. I want to be the first one to say this. This is gay. What I'm coming up with. Thinking of myself as a pure stand-up comedian, I'm going, this is faggot shit. I'm talking about I want to shoot people in the face with glitter, but I want to call it I went to a Blue Man Group, which if you've seen,
Yeah, it's good.
it's one of the most infectious laughters.
Yeah.
The silly, uncontrollable, there's laughing at a joke, and I'm not saying I'm not going to have jokes in it. There won't be comedy and there won't be bits, but it'll be mostly crowd work, I think. Structured crowd work.
Are you gonna have a
But with
voice?
interactive.
You can do a different
Yeah,
voice?
and I might do different characters.
What I mean,
And I might, but I like the idea of this, and I saw enough of it last year, and it's really kind of inspiring to see, but that's cool to do, and it's one of those things that here I think people would get it because that's the kind of thing that could go into a show at a theater.
yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, it's hard to get I'm not saying Ralphie May doesn't get a residency and Ray Romano doesn't come do a month at the Mirage. That kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's rare to be I'm a pure stand-up at this hotel every night and have been for 13 years. It's That doesn't happen.
No.
It doesn't really happen. This is a town where there's a lot of lights flashing.
Yeah.
And you got to have something. You got to have.
Well, even Wallace, when he had his own show, he had other stuff incorporated.
I wish
in
I
the
would have
show.
seen it.
It was good.
Was that Flamingo?
I actually won.
Or Bally's
I came
or
in
something?
second in contest, got to open for him.
That's cool.
But then I got there and he opens the show, so I had to follow him, which is so nerve wracking. But because I had
also
only been
good
doing it a
'cause he
couple years.
introduces you, right?
Yeah, which is I didn't
Which is
realize that at the
great.
time. Yeah. Same with Brad. When you work for Brad, he goes out and opens the show
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
says, "This is a friend of mine," and then the crowd will give you a little bit of leeway.
But I like the challenge of doing that because it's a cross between writing something,
Right.
not stand up, not writing jokes like we're used to doing.
More like sketch comedy.
But also, I'm gonna have these 2 other shows where I get to do stand up every day.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of creating this thing because the guy that I really love that I've watched for 2 years at Edinburgh is Neil Portenza, and this guy's just nuts. He's an Australian. He used to be like a rocket engineer.
Oh yeah.
Like he speaks like 5 languages. He's nuts. He's super smart. But he comes out in like a scrubs and a lab coat with red on his cheeks and lipstick and mascara. He has long hair and he wears a beret. He looks like an escaped mental patient. That's what he looks like. And it's just an hour of what the fuck is happening,
Right.
but funny. He ended his show last year with a magic trick where he like asks a girl her card and he keeps going, "Is this your card? Is this your card?" And he keeps revealing he has cards hidden all over the stage. And it's wrong. It's wrong. He flies a drone in with a card. There's a card taped to the ceiling that's been there the whole time. Is that your card? He rips his clothes off. He has a Queen of Spades painted on his chest. Is this your card? Like, it's just, it's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
All night long, he tells a story about how he poured coriander down his pants to be funny at another show. And now he's got this real bad rash and he's itching himself all night long. And he ends the show by reaching down his underwear and itching and pulling out a card, and it's her card, and he gets it right. Like, it's just, but it is this crafted chaos. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's Amazing Jonathan-esque almost.
I love Amazing Jonathan.
And I'm not,
too.
and those 2 examples have magic involved. I'm not even saying it has that magic involved, although that is funny. Like, there's a lot of ways to make magic funny.
Right.
I think it'd be funny to do a show as a character that's a magician but never get anything right and you're just the worst fucking thing ever. But it's just horrible.
Right.
Job from Arrested Development.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Everything's
Tony
wrong every
Wonder
time.
or whatever the fucking.
I mean, I think it's fun, and I love the idea. I mean, that's why I did that character that one time, because
Yeah.
it was frightening to go up and do something I'd never done before, completely different than anything I've ever done. It was challenging, which was fun.
I think you would
The
have
problem is there's so many cunty, and you know, you were probably that guy once. I was definitely that guy when I first started. Like, I'm not doing that shit.
I know if
You
I
know?
do this, I will get made fun of by a million
Oh, of
people.
course you will. Of course. I beat out friends in that contest, and they're like, I can't
But
believe
I
I lost to
also
that.
think, I also know that it's here's why I want to do it, because I talk about doing it and it's scary.
Oh yeah, it's very scary.
It's a totally different thing.
Yeah,
And then it kind of moves into acting slash
and commit, and that's the type of thing you have to
and
commit
You're
to.
creating something that could fail and flop miserably, but I think that's what makes it funny, and I like that. Like, I want to feel that.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
It's the same way I like to go out on stage and kind of dig a hole and then get out of it. It's the same way I used to do a joke where I said rape is all women's fault, and then I would wait for that to fucking settle in and feel that, and then I would say, "What? You guys are the ones that say no." And then you would feel the release of it. Now you can never do that now. This was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now that joke would have you Weinstein. You'd be out hot and ready in no time. But no, I like the idea of that. So you don't think that's a bad thing?
No.
But you're a Vegas gay comic.
Well, we did was that bar that I first started at. Boomers just closed recently, and we were sitting in the back of the room. Me and my Brant, when we heard it was closing, we went to the second to last night. We used to have a blast in there. I mean, we looked forward to this fucking shithole because it was just all we had. And we went there, and it was exactly the same. We're sitting in the back of the room. My wife's with me, and she's like just shaking her head, going, "God, this fucking sucks." Like, there's so many bad comics, and that's what we just sat through. And I'm like sitting there, and then Brant gives me the idea. He's like, "Hey, you should go do this." I'm like, that is fun. Oh, I should go up and do The Rock. Finally, Matt Markman has returned to the Boomers humor. So I go up there, and at one point I'm singing "You're Welcome" from Moana for being there. I'm like, I usually work on this strip.
I've never seen Moana. I've never seen
bad.
Brave. I've never seen
Brave.
a million of these. Oh, that's Pixar,
one.
right?
Brave is the horse?
Or was that DreamWorks?
Might be DreamWorks.
Either way.
I watch all that shit now that I have a kid.
Yeah, of course.
And it's not
when
most
I had a little
good.
sister, I kept up with all of it. I could almost recite The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast to you because of how many times my sister wore out the VHS.
Sure. Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what the fuck happens in
the Minions.
Ever since they got real ethnic down there.
Despicable.
Ever since Eisner started pulling in the minority.
I'm gonna do Coco. You gonna go see Coco?
Blame Eisner. Fucking Jews. Happy Poo,
it was
Happy
fun.
Poo Year, everybody.
Happy Poo. But I had a blast. I just went up there and fucked around. It was mostly black audience. I'm like, I wore a Kaepernick jersey, you guys. Last week, you guys should be giving me more.
This guy
shit.
does the same thing. So he goes around Edinburgh doing guest sets as the character, which I don't think I would ever do. But he does guest sets as the character.
For the shit that you would get from each individual
Well, he
show?
wears like I said, he dresses like a fucking escaped mental patient. So a name that I came up with forever ago was Kyle Majestic. And I used to do these videos as it was called the Kyle Majestic Tech Show, and it was this redneck. I would put on this is before I even grew facial hair ever. I used to be shaved, but I would put on this like goatee, and where
I pictured Doug Henning. Do you remember Doug Henning?
Kind of.
He's the magician. He used to wear the rainbow
shit.
Yeah. That's what I picture with.
But I'd wear like Hawaiian shirts, and I'd talk in a real Southern accent, and I'd do tech support, but it was always wrong and weird. Like I would just be like, so if y'all just want to fix y'all's modems, basically you just gonna want to hook up. A lot of people don't check their spams, but y'all should check your spams. And I would do all these characters. I did this character, Steve Carlson, and this is one of these guys who talks. He's unable to pronounce his S's. Like, hey guys, we're gonna go down and get some soft serve. You guys want? And he has a confidence waiver on some of his words, so he does like, you guys want to go get some soft serve? I'm real scared, guys. We shouldn't go. Like that kind of thing. So I do all this shit on the podcast all the time. These voices and weird, silly, crazy shit. But I've seen how it works with audiences. And I also have sat there and gone like, I could do this better. Yeah. So why not try to do it?
You know what?
It's a great place to try to do it.
It seems like it's like, I mean, I was kind of a nerd in high school.
Me too.
So like, I feel like, I feel like there was like an instance. Here's a good example. There were two guys who used to pick on me all the time in Greece. And when one of them was sick, the other one would hang out with me and talk to me and be cool. We would joke around. And then the minute the other one would come back, they would immediately go right back into being shitheads to me. And I think with comics, there's a thing about what we're doing is cool. We're the cool kids. But then, you really like what you're doing. Like, you look like you're having a blast doing the character right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. It's fun to do stupid shit.
It's also why that's the problem I think I'd be good at voiceover. I should get into voiceover because I love doing that.
Yeah.
I have 900 voices I can do.
900. Let's go. 1.
Okay, this is my impression of a woman who works.
Come on, this is only one.
A woman who works at Burger King when you ask for more barbecue sauce. Pretty.
That's accurate.
No, but so imagine an hour of that.
Yeah.
Because that was a genuine laugh.
That was funny. Because I wasn't expecting it.
It's a dumb moment.
Sure.
And I want to do a show that is 500 dumb little moments because I've tried to do my comedy and what I think is funny, other people think is offensive.
Yeah.
And I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So let's all just be ridiculous.
Silly.
Because I'm also not being untrue to myself. I enjoy that stuff.
Being
it's
silly?
fun to me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So if I can't talk about how you're all pussies and turning into snowflake faggots, and then you get mad that I said faggot, then it's a whole thing. So if we can't go down that road, and I can't be the Bill Hicks, Louis C.K.,
then
whatever.
Go the other way. Let's just be silly.
Then all right, everything's out the window, and I'm gonna talk about farts and shoot confetti cannons.
Piss off the intellectual crowd.
Like, I want to hide things under people's seat and do Oprah impressions. Like,
Can't do this at Nerd Melt.
But that's fucking funny.
You can't do it at Nerd Melt.
That's funny.
No, I agree.
So, like,
But there's nothing more terrifying than doing your act in front of comics. And comics that you respect. Like, when I hear there's a comic in the audience that I respect, I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, like, I'm also a 14-year comic who knows that I fucking am great on stage as a comic.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a guitar comic.
Mm-hmm.
I'll actually say this about Jeff Dunham. I remember the first time I ever worked with Jeff Dunham, I was like, great. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, you're a fucking, like, I'm the house MC at the Tampa Improv.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck am I? And Jeff Dunham comes through and I'm like, hack. You know what I mean? But you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does like 45 minutes of stand-up before he fucking touches a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember.
I'd rather see him touch the puppets.
I couldn't remember a bit. I couldn't remember a bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you what any of it was.
Right.
Same way when I saw Gallagher. Dude talked for an hour.
I grew up loving Gallagher. I mean, granted, I was a child.
Stand up for an hour.
Before he touches a
fucking
hammer, yeah.
Begins to open a French's mustard. But you see it, right, though? You can see it.
Yes. Open a French's mustard.
The map of America posted up behind him.
There's so he used to hang out in Vegas all the time.
So easy to write off his hack. And I'm telling you, like, my evolution as a comedian, like, I came up thinking that. Fuck, like, I met Dane Cook. I saw Dane Cook before I did comedy.
By the way, old Dane Cook, early Dane Cook was very funny. Very funny. I really enjoyed his. I went to see him at the Paris one.
I saw Gary Gulman open for him.
Yeah, me too.
And I went, this is funnier than I've ever seen any human ever be.
Which one, Cook or Gulman?
Gulman.
Gulman's great. He's very
I was
funny.
also thinking, Netflix picked up comedians riding in cars getting coffee. Seinfeld's thing.
Oh, did they?
So this is a series on Netflix now.
Wow.
And they're not using his old ones. Like, they went out and started filming a new thing.
It's good. That's good, too.
It's great. Like, I really enjoy it. I watched Jim Carrey and Jimmy Fallon.
Mm-hmm.
But
the Jimmy Fallon one was good.
Yeah. I like Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
You don't?
I don't.
No. What's great is he used to do the impression of Seinfeld on SNL.
Uh-huh.
So, like, them together is actually really funny. Like,
I just don't like his show.
You don't like the Tonight Show?
I don't like all the bits he does with the show.
Do you know Ryan Stout?
Yeah.
Do you know his thing that he like does on Twitter? To Jimmy Fallon every night? This is insane. It's so Ryan. And also, it's so annoying and specific that I think, like, all these celebrities get a lot of hate. But I bet Jimmy knows about this. Ryan Stout tweets Jimmy Fallon's monologue time to him every night. Because Jimmy Fallon isn't known for, like, being able to do long jokes and monologues. So he does, like, 2-minute, 3-minute monologues.
That's fantastic.
Ryan Stout times them. And he'll like, whoa, really stretched it tonight, boy. Like, you're getting good.
That is fantastic. Now, every night, my job is to go like that every single night.
So fucking funny.
Oh, that's really good.
Ryan Stout has a new album called How to Be an Audience.
That's funny.
Last time I worked with him was in 2016, and he spent 30 minutes berating the audience for not understanding how comedy works. And then 2017, at the end of it, he comes out with an album called How to Be an Audience, and I go, I think I know how this.
Oh my God, that's funny. It is fun to hate fuck a crowd.
Do you do albums? Do you have any albums?
I have an album called Uncut.
Is it on iTunes and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matt Markman, iTunes, Uncut. Mm-hmm. I have a new one coming out. I hope this thing is done. Should I throw out a date right now? Drunk and High?
Do that, yeah. Definitely.
I'm aware that I'm too drunk right now. And
take into consideration you're leaving town for a month.
Tell me that I don't do a professional. Like, what does this say? This is today's date.
Yes.
I have a list of topics and things to hit here. I've done none of this.
It's because you're riffing.
I'm drunk.
You're riffing.
I did have a lot of cough syrup.
Who knows? The Little Caesars thing would be such a gem.
Jimmy cries a lot nowadays. I think there are things Jimmy Fallon is good at. Maybe
is it Jimmy that cries or the other one?
Do you watch the Tonight Show now and you don't think it's good?
No, I don't go out of my way to watch any of them. I do like.
God, I miss Letterman.
God, why am I having a hard time with Kimmel? Is that who he's talking? I think he's talking about.
I love Kimmel.
I love Kimmel. Yeah, I think he's great.
And I love Kimmel. I love Conan. I was not a Conan guy early on. Mm-hmm. And when the Tonight Show TBS thing happened, I kind of started paying more attention. And that TBS show is fantastic.
Yeah,
because that's a man who had it all, lost it, and now is like, I'm going to do what I think is funny. What are you going to take from me? I've lost the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
That's true.
And I'll be honest, I haven't watched Conan in years, but Letterman was my hero.
Yeah,
growing up, like I'm probably influenced by Letterman more than I even know. And Letterman just signed a deal with Netflix for a new show.
Yeah.
So this starts like January 12th. It's not put out all at once. He's doing it weekly or whatever.
It's got Stern, Obama,
Stern, Tina Fey. Like, yeah.
It's
called My Next Guest Needs No Introduction.
Yeah.
So it's all famous people.
Great. Yeah. And he's got the beard.
And he's got his fucking Santa beard. He looks like he's dead.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Let's see. He's a faggot using my emotions to push politics on stage.
Oh, we're talking about Kimmel now.
I don't know what's happening.
I like Jimmy.
I love Jimmy Kimmel.
You know, it's funny. I
really like Jimmy Kimmel.
I only want to do stand-up on Jimmy. I want my first stand-up to be like I had a choice.
I haven't paid that much attention to Colbert, so I don't even have an opinion on that. Big shoes to fill as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'm sorry, Letterman to me.
Oh, he's great.
I watch The Late Shift all the time.
The Late
Shift.
That's
the movie about the Jay Leno with Kathy Bates and it's a great movie from the 80s and or early 90s, I guess, about
Speaking of which, are you watching The Tale Carson of Two Corys? Do you know about? I just found out about today.
Today,
yes.
Corey Feldman says, by the way, and I haven't even talked about the updates on this, but yeah, we have talked about it. But since I've updated, of course, the police, the Santa Barbara police said that they found the reports that he made like back in the 90s or whatever.
No shit. Okay.
So that happened.
Okay.
And then today I read, and this is exploitative as fuck. They're like, Corey Feldman is saying he promised Corey Haim before he died that he would see this through to prosecution. Like he's doing this for his dead friend.
Oh, yeah.
What were you saying?
The Lifetime show about them.
There's a Lifetime show?
Yes, there's a Lifetime movie, made for TV movie, with other actors playing out their life. And I grew up a big fan of the Coreys, obviously. License to Drive, Lost Boys. I'm dead serious. I taped it.
What?
And I'm going to watch it probably when I get home.
What is it called?
It's called The Tale of Two Coreys. Lifetime.
It's like a Lifetime original movie.
Yeah, based on their lives. Now, I don't know how sexy it's going to get.
Because usually these are about... Usually when you tune into a Lifetime original movie, it's a woman. Yeah, it's Natalie from The Facts of Life.
Getting punched in the nose.
Punched by her dentist husband.
I don't know why we're laughing at those. Like, nobody watches this for the humor.
Shit can be funny. This is the problem. I really think we're entering a world where, we're not going to be able to laugh at anything.
It's either Christmas shows or women getting their asses handed to them.
Join the overdose. I'm going to plug the overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. I got an after show with Chef that still hasn't been put up. I got to put up today, PM in the AM, my morning show. Can you imagine me stumbling out of bed at 2 p.m., coming in here,
peeking out the window, seeing what the garbage situation is before you fire up the computer?
That's happening. Join the overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. $10 a month. It's how I pay my bills because God knows I'm not a talented person. There's nothing going on here. I'm going to be doing shows with the military overseas. I'm going to try to get as many troops as I can to talk about as much insane shit as I can. So that should be fun. I'm bringing a full mobile studio on the road with me to all these countries.
So that's great.
Yeah, of course.
Has anyone done that?
I don't know, but
So, like, mobile
I don't go
podcasts with
anywhere
these
without.
military guys?
I'm going for 2 weeks. I have to.
You got to get the most rowdy one at the show.
So
the
I
night
have
before.
comedians and I
That's
have
great.
and I think I'm gonna bring 8 microphones.
You're gonna get in trouble.
So I think
One
we'll
of
be
them's gonna
good.
say the wrong thing. You're gonna get in trouble.
I think we'll be good. And it'll be really fun. I am going to start posting the garbage pictures from my neighbors daily, and not even daily. We'll do a daily thread because they will get annoying. Because again, I showed you 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's
that was
ridiculous.
From today.
Yeah, and we haven't even looked yet. We've been in here for a
Diaper
minute.
bombs and hot and ready.
Who could be over there
Get
now?
the fuck out of here with that. So yeah, please join our Facebook group, nobodylikescience.com/Facebook. You have any thing you want to plug? Any?
Just my Twitter's at Matt Markman.
Matt Markman. Just like it's spelled, so easy.
Yeah, MATTMARKMAN.
Do you ever feel like you get mumble mouth saying your name, Matt Markman?
I get tired of saying it because everybody calls me Mark. My brother-in-law called me Mark the other day.
Mouth.
So frustrating. Just
Yeah.
that last name Markman. Just people want to call me.
What are you
Mark.
doing for the Super Bowl, by the way?
I don't know yet. I have no idea. My wife's a huge Saints fan, like huge. So I'm hoping the Saints are there, and then we could get pretty rowdy. But
They're saying right now the Vikings are favored to win every game they
Which
play
is
through the
crazy.
Super Bowl, which is nuts.
but they'd be the first team to win in their home stadium.
But they're favored to win every game
except for the Super Bowl,
through
including the Super
the
Bowl.
run simulated right now.
Yeah, well, they're all home games. Every game, including the game
So
this year is in Minnesota.
So Minnesota Vikings home team,
the Purple People Eaters in the Super Bowl.
for the Super Bowl. Of course, I would never count
That
the
won't
Patriots
happen.
out of shit.
You can
Like
never.
I feel
count
like if
the
you
Pats out.
bet against the Patriots, you're a fucking idiot. Like I just
Seriously.
it just feels wrong. It's like
The
how
two
people,
times I won a bunch
it's like
of
how
money
people
was
felt
betting
about the
against them.
Cowboys in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we just hate a winner.
well, don't you kind of feel like people used to call Cowboys the America's team?
Nobody
but I feel
did
like
that
that's,
except for Cowboys.
But I
fans.
feel like
I
that's
have a book
switched
called
to Patriots.
Why are they? Who the hell called them that? And why are they America's
What?
team?
Really?
Yeah, it's all articles written by former sports
But
writers.
everyone calls them that. Or called them that back in the day.
Fans.
Well,
They
I
did.
think a lot of it had to do with the dynasty era.
Well,
a lot of it
yeah.
has to do with like what, but like
there was a
Patriots are kind of trouncing that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, as a
Pretty
Niner
hard.
fan and a big Joe Montana fan, it's hard to argue that Brady isn't one of the best.
People don't count it, but like even going to the Super Bowl and losing is pretty fucking good.
Yeah. What's he won?
it
He's
feels-
won 5 and he's been to 7, right? He's won 5.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like, if you lose the Super Bowl, you feel worse than every other team that didn't even go to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Like all those guys are just at home watching or whatever.
Yeah.
Feel fine. Their season ended weeks or months ago. You
But
got
you
like
lose the
who's the
Super
team
Bowl.
that went like full loss, didn't win one game?
No, the Browns.
The Browns.
The Cleveland Browns.
The Browns.
And
Like, I
the
don't
year
even
before
follow
they won
football.
one.
When you make a headline,
They're having a parade for undefeated losses.
yeah,
Yeah.
celebrate something.
How do you be a fan? You heard about
Your
Garoppolo,
team
right?
name is the Hot and Readies. You're the Cleveland Hot
Cleveland
and Readies.
Steamers. The Cleveland. They should just name them that.
No, Little Caesar should sponsor the team, and it should be the Cleveland Hot and
Oh,
Readies.
so bad. I feel
Oh,
bad
that's
for
good.
Cleveland fans.
That's a good note to end on. Fuck. Also, Super Bowl. This is one of our last promotions for that. We'll do some shows with
What are you
fans.
doing
Maybe
for
come
Super
hang out. Like not during the Super Bowl, but that weekend, come hang out
you got
and
fans coming,
meet some
yeah.
of these nerds. Some of the weirdest autistic kids you've ever met. It counts
And they
as
wear it like
community
a badge,
service.
don't
Just
they?
bring a form.
What's the farthest coming? The farthest one.
We
Florida,
do.
right?
We have Scotland and England coming.
Coming? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
East Coast and some West Coast, and yeah, we're we got New England coming.
New England?
Yeah, so we got
Pats fan.
Scotland. I think is the furthest.
Yeah.
but that's pretty good because this was just kind of a couple months ago. Like, hey, come out, party
Come
for
out
the
and
Super
hang
Bowl.
out. That's awesome.
I was thinking about doing a stand-up show, but I think we don't even do a stand-up show. Ryan Stout might come, as mentioned, coming out. And a
You
couple.
guys gonna all watch Fallon together?
Yeah. No, it's so funny that he
That's
does
great.
that.
That is fantastic.
Thank you for listening. I'm sorry about the lack of shows. It's just been I was nauseous at one point I was nauseous where I couldn't even stand up without feeling ill to my stomach. It's not been fun.
Maybe you're pregnant.
We're going to go do shows in New York. I have to pack for New York and Africa.
Same clothes.
Like, I have to pack this week to go to New York City for 3
Africa
days.
ever cold? Does it ever snow in Africa?
I'm going to New York for the
Doesn't,
weekend. I have to go do one show in Maryland and get my malaria pills. Then I fly out of Maryland to fucking Frankfurt and then to Kuwait. No alcohol, 4 nights, 4-star result. Oh, this has been on you the whole time.
The entire time?
Yep.
You're poor.
No, not the whole time.
You're
just
poor
for the
people.
past 20 minutes or so. Thanks, Matt, for being here. You're
Thanks
fun.
for having me, man. Yeah.
Thanks for coming late. I know you're tired. You're a father. You spent all your free money on. If I had a 3-year-old, I swear to God, I would just get him like the cheapest cat toys.
Cat toys are expensive. They're
Tell
probably
me.
more than regular toys.
Okay, you're right. I would get my kid 7 trucker hats.
With the days of the week on them?
He's 3. What is he doing? Like, what is he comprehensively doing?
He's busy with
shit. Is he balancing checkbooks and
it's very hard at work. Watching the bubble guppies all day long.
squaring binomials?
The fucking bubble guppies. Check it out.
What the fuck is that?
It's a thing where it's a bunch of little half mermaid, half people, kids running around.
Oh, I thought he'd be all about the peas. Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig.
He watches Paw Patrol. We don't like him to watch Peppa Pig because she's a cunt. She's a bratty little cunt. Have you ever seen that show? She's a monster. So you're going to pick up bad habits watching that shit. You can watch Paw Patrol, but not that.
Why would you talk about Peppa Pig like that?
But I've showed him Rick and Morty. But I won't let him watch Peppa Pig.
I think Rick and Morty is going to be like The Simpsons was. Like, it's one of those shows where it has the jokes that work on a few levels. Like, children can sit there and be like, oh, it's a show. If you ask a child what Rick and Morty is about, they'd be like, it's about a family that time travels and fights monsters.
Yeah. But there's
a lot of subtext.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
He's
stuff going
3,
on.
and the first one I showed him was the pickle one, which
Pickle
was
Rick.
just there was so much blood and guts and murder.
But they're used to kids are just.
Yeah, that's just TV. Yeah.
Have you watched Black Mirror?
I love Black Mirror.
Have you watched any of the new ones?
The only one I haven't seen yet is the mech. Was it Metalhead?
Metalhead.
But the rest of them are dope.
But
I love it.
Archangel. What do you think about that one?
That was crazy. That was good.
Because that's the kid that like grows up, she never sees anything graphic.
Yeah.
Because like this
overly
is implant
protected.
that's blurring out the world. It's not good. It's not good for you.
No, of course not.
Your kid should
the bad
get
shit.
desensitized
Yeah,
to
but what happened to
blood
that girl?
and to losing.
I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but what happened with that girl? Exactly.
Well, she was fine. Kind of. Thank you for listening, everybody. I'm gonna stay here and do a little after show. I don't know if Matt's got to go, but he can decide for his own self. Thank you for listening. Thanks, Matt, for being here.
Thank you, sir.
I had a great time. I'm drunk. I am actually probably drunk. Bye.